Hi, everyone. This is Caroline from Fiat Integrative Health in Franklin, Tennessee, and you're listening to the Fiat Health Podcast. We believe that now more than ever, the healthcare industry has become a place of confusion. And over the years, we have been asked countless questions about what true health and integration for the whole person looks like. Join us every other week as we explore topics ranging from primary care and women's health to counseling and spiritual health. We're so glad you're here. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Fiat Health Podcast. This is Caroline. I am a family nurse practitioner here at Fiat Integrative Health in Franklin, Tennessee. And today I am joined by Suzanne, who also happens to be my mom. Welcome on, Mom.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
Yes, this is exciting.
I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous. We thought it would be fun to have my mom on because she offers a very unique perspective in terms of the comings and goings of the clinic here at Fiat, as well as how we all got started and how things function here. So yeah, I'm excited to jump in.
Yeah. A little bit of a family perspective too.
Yes, exactly. Working together. I don't know if maybe excited, nervous. Who knows what's going to come up?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll find out. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to jump into and ask you about was from your perspective. I've never asked you this before.
Uh-oh.
What was it like when we got started? Like, tell us from your perspective how Fiat came to be, because you saw, I was in it and I don't remember a lot, honestly. And you got to witness everything. And I just love to hear what that looked like for you.
Yeah, for sure. So it was both terrifying and exciting. When you first lost your job before Fiat started, as a mom, like that was super heartbreaking to witness and to see you kind of like struggle through that. And, but we're a military family. So it's very much like pull up your bootstraps and find yourself another job and it'll be fine. Life will be fine. But I could see your wheels turning. And that's always a little bit scary for your dad and I because we know how you just have such a heart for like wherever the Lord is leading you. And you really don't put limits on that at all, which is so beautiful in one sense and a little bit scary from a parent perspective in another sense.
So terrified. Now that I'm a mom, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. And so we could see your wheels turning and we could see that like just some other job was not going to work for you. And when you started talking about the idea of Fiat and then you and Mike had met and we could see that you were, look like you might be moving forward, then we had to shift with you. And so our shift with you was like, she's going all in on this. Like we have to go with her. So our youngest had just gone to college and you and I had talked several months before about, I had said once she went to college, maybe I would find some really low-key job where I was, like maybe a receptionist or something a couple of days a week just to be out there. I didn't want to go back to teaching. I'm a teacher by trade. And all of a sudden you came to me and you were like, Mom, I can make your dreams come true. You said, how would you like to have that low-key receptionist job like a couple of days a week? For free.
Yeah.
How would you like to volunteer? No money to pay you.
Well, yeah, it was funny because you had said, before this was even a thought, like, oh yeah, maybe I'll be a medical receptionist. Like that would be so fun and low key and whatever. And yeah, it was like, guess what?
Yeah. So I, was ready to dive into that, even though I had never done it before and I had no idea what I was doing. But I was like, I can learn. Like, we're a military family. We can do anything. We've moved 19 times. We've lived all over the place. Like, this is nothing, Yeah. I can figure this out.
Yeah.
And so you definitely helped me to learn all the different medical systems and all the things. And literally 3 weeks later,
we
opened. Just you and me.
You and me. That's right. We're sitting in there.
Praying
our
patients would come in.
Somebody call us, please.
Yeah, so that was really great. But we also knew, like, once you shared the mission of Fiat, I think it's hard to not be on board. Like, who doesn't want to be part of that? And so I felt really honored to have a front row seat to all of that. And, we talked about how you wanted our office to look different, and not feel like a medical office, and for people to really be treated differently and to feel like they were heard and seen, and all of those things that are kind of hard to find sometimes out in the medical world right now. So, and then you add the whole spiritual aspect to it. And we started small, but it's been really interesting to watch us grow and to see where the Lord takes us and how he's taking us in different directions than we ever dreamed of when we look at where we are now.
Yeah, for sure. Like when we opened, it wasn't like, oh yeah, in 3 years, we're going to have like this many people and we're going to be offering these services. And like, here's the vision and a 5-year plan. And
there was nothing. There was none of that.
It was nothing. It was, here's our EMR. We figured out how to take payments. And I think we set up QuickBooks.
Yeah, we were just really learning along the way.
Yep.
But I do remember kind of fairly on, you had become introduced to the Working Genius. And you were like, I really want all of our people, as we bring them on, I think there were only 3 of us in the office at the time, but like to take this and let's learn, because I think it's so important that people are in roles that they're gifted at and where they derive energy and joy from their position, so that they're not just doing something because we have that need. So I thought that was really interesting. So we took that, and then as people came in, they took that. And
it's been cool to see that play out.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that your Working Geniuses and mine were completely opposite. Completely opposite.
Not completely. We both have discernment as a strong pro, but yes. Well, and I knew you, so just from my perspective of when we started, like you and Dad have always been helpers. Like you're the yes people, right? So it's like when we're moving, or when I went to grad school, pitched in all hands on deck. When we have a stomach bug, like you don't shy away from a puking toddler, which not everybody is like that. So I think with Fiat, it was like, well, there wasn't really a question of like if you guys were going to be there or not, because of course you were. And then 2, you have really great administrative skills. Like that was like, I knew that from the beginning because you had worked in administration in schools and receptionist, office manager, like all of that fits, But yeah, it was like really cool to see when we first started. I'm just like, okay, yeah, we're here, not getting paid anything and like working long hours to paint the office and put together furniture. I mean, how many pieces of furniture do you think Dad put together? Like,
oh, I don't know. Way more than we can probably count. And
I know. And like we had, our landlord was like, where's John? Like John was like more sought after than anybody else because he was the man who fixed everything. And, what did he say? Like,
he started
John can do it.
Pointing, John can do it. Yeah, we were walking around with the landlord before we moved in, and he kept pointing things out to me. Like, I was pointing out the things that were wrong with the office before we moved in. And he was like, oh, John can do that. John can do that. And at the end, I was like, who is this John? Like, and he's like, oh, your husband.
Your husband.
He's going to fix it all. And he has, for sure. Yeah. He loves being a part of it all.
Yeah. So that's been cool to see, because then when we did the Working Genius, it was like looking and seeing you and Dad are both very strong in enablement, which I'm going to butcher it a little bit, but like enablement being the gifted and deriving energy from providing others with encouragement and assistance for projects and tasks. So yeah, there it is. It's like you guys love to do that. You know, not everybody finds joy and energy from that, from being like asked like, hey, could you do this for me? And you're like, oh yeah, I'd love to do that for you. I mean, not always, obviously.
We all need boundaries.
We all need boundaries. Yes. It's all learning. But to have that like natural tendency towards like, oh, I love being a helper and helping people, which is why you went into teaching. You know, I think that's like a huge part of that. Where I am all about the ideas or inventions. I can't remember the exact I that they use. I'll look it up here in a second. And so I would love to hear from your perspective, like how that, like just the dynamic we have of working together. Because I definitely get from people like, oh, I could never work with my mom. Or like, I don't know how you're doing it. Like, how is that dynamic possible? And I think there's a lot of things that go into that, obviously. But I'd love to hear kind of how your perspective, how we've grown and learned and been able to make it work without, I feel like, many hiccups at all.
Like none. I can't really think of any, actually. Yeah. I mean, I never envisioned us working together.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right. Yeah, me either.
But I think, like, my other working genius besides enablement is discernment, which is using your intuition and instincts to evaluate and assess plans and ideas, which I feel like has really played off some on your big ideas, because sometimes
they need some corralling.
Sometimes you have really big ideas. And I have a tendency to be more like, okay, like the practical side, like, okay, well, how are we going to implement that? You know, how can we implement those big ideas? Like, and is this the time for that? Or is this not the time for that?
Right.
And so I feel like in that way, you know, we've definitely been able to work well together. At first, it was a little odd because all of a sudden you went from being like my daughter to my boss. And I was like asking you for money and things, which
Can
was
I use the credit card?
really weird, very bizarre.
It's still
a little bit, but kind of fun at the same time. But I've never, I mean, you treat all your employees with respect and all of that. So it was easy. You made it really easy to hop into that role, even though it might have been a little bit odd at first.
Sure.
And I think that we started at the ground level together too, just trying to figure it out. Like we were both just trying to figure it out, you know, for our different roles. And I think because our roles are so different, I obviously can't see patients and would never want to. And you obviously would never want to do what I'm doing.
Absolutely not.
And so I think we're able to really respect each other's roles and play off of each other's strengths, I hope, you know, to make those work.
Like I remember when you finally took over payroll. I don't remember if it was your idea. It probably was.
I think it was.
Yeah, because I kept running payroll late. I was like, oh yeah, like I should run payroll. Like, I think I got that email or, you know, or like, I'm finally getting to it or whatever. You're like, you know, I could do that. I could do that for you. And I was like, you could. And then payroll was never run late ever again.
I mean, I think, I'm really honestly like surprised and feel so blessed that we're able to do this and that it works so well.
Yeah.
You know,
truly. I mean, it is like a huge gift and something that every year so far, it's only been 3 years now, but it's like, wow, like imagine what it was like when we didn't work together. Like that's awful. We didn't get to see each other at work. I'm sure, I am confident that my siblings would say that it's very annoying because we end up talking about work stuff at home and at family gatherings because we can't help ourselves.
That's true. That's true.
We try not to. I'm so sorry.
It's a beautiful thing.
But yeah, I mean, it's really cool to be, like you said, united in a mission together to have, I know you're not like huge visionary, but you do have like a lot of great ideas and all the things and are so helpful in like being able to say, no, maybe that's not what we should be doing right now. And one of the fun things, I was listening to a podcast by Pal and Sione in the Working Genius, and they were talking about common, like things that we see as faults in people when it's actually them just like living out their working genius and when we can recognize that. And it was like to a T when he compared like my working genius to your working genius of the ideas meeting with someone who does enablement or invention. So an inventor meeting with someone who's mostly enablement or like strongly enablement, where I'm going to come in like with this amazing idea and like all of these dreams and vision. And all of a sudden you're having a heart attack of like, oh my gosh, like, because you think I want to be able to help and I want to do that and I want to put it into practice. And I'm thinking like, this is 5 years away. I'm just like spouting out my next thing that may or may not happen and may or may not be a thing, but I'm just like super excited about it and jazzed about it right now. So we're going to talk through it. So being able to see that of like, okay, on my end, like maybe I don't need to share that right now. Or like maybe not with my mom at this moment, but maybe later when I've, fleshed it out a little and had a little more time with it.
Because she's going to be trying to think of ways that she's going to implement it.
Exactly. Because you're going to immediately want to respond with like overwhelm, which I've seen come across your face many times and rightfully so. And just like, yeah, like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, but I'm still doing your other 3 last inventions, working those out. How am I supposed to start doing this thing? So anyways, that's been fun to see too, of just like you said, like seeing our talents and being able to recognize that and grow in virtue, really, and in relationship in that way has been so awesome. And I just can't even imagine doing this without you, because it would be, you're just the best.
Yeah, has been really great.
It's been really fun. I would love, so over time, your role has evolved, obviously.
It has.
You started as a volunteer receptionist, answering the phone and doing some admin stuff. And then you slowly took on more admin stuff. And then we hired someone full-time at the front desk. So now you primarily work office manager. I mean, that's your role.
Right.
I know you obviously come to the front and answer phones and stuff as needed. So explain to me how over time, just our culture from more of an administrative perspective has evolved, and kind of what it is that really drives us in our work on that side of things of the clinic, not the patient care side per se, but that admin side.
Right. Well, we really want people when they come to Fiat to feel seen and heard in all ways, not just as a patient, but just as a person. So I remember at one point we were talking about the front desk was getting really busy as we were getting more and more patients. And we were like, do we hire somebody else? Are we at that point yet? And you're like, well, it might help if we just put a clipboard out and people can just sign in on the clipboard. And I was like, oh no. Oh no, we are not going to be a clipboard office. They are going to see a face and they are going to talk to a face, and
they will be greeted with a smile.
They're going to be greeted. And so that's kind of become a joke throughout the office about we are not a clipboard office. And I think that has carried through all facets, of the office, in the way that we care for people, respect people. So, and as far as my role, I feel like luckily I was able to just grow in it with Fiat. We started out as just babies learning very basic things. And then you were able to like slowly give things over to me and more responsibility, which then led to basically full office management. And we have such a beautiful, competent front desk staff that we love so much.
Thank you, Jesus.
They're able to run the front desk beautifully. And so I, help them, lead them, answer all their questions and hard things that come through the office, along with, ordering things and PTO and
yep,
payroll and all the things. Yeah, books. checks, bills, all the things that go along with it. And
lab billing, your favorite thing.
Yeah. Everything comes with pluses and minuses. So you have to balance that out. But yeah, if somebody had asked me, like I said, I was a teacher by trade, military spouse, 5 kids. Do you think you'll be an office manager of a medical clinic that, has counseling and women's health and primary care and a 475 person wait list right now? I would have thought they were totally insane.
Wild.
But, the Lord leads us different places. And this is where he's led us right now and where he's led me. And I'm so, so grateful for it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so great. One of the things that I've found kind of surprising in this whole venture is how cool it is to be able to provide jobs for people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not really a thought I had of when we're like, let's open a business, but, or, let's open Fiat. But it's been really cool to be able to see we can provide an income for your family and flexibility. And I think that's been really cool to see for you, the role. I think it'd be hard in other places to find somewhere so flexible in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how we operate in general.
Mm-hmm.
We want to meet you where you're at. We want you to spend time with your family. If you're going to travel, how can we make that work?
Mm-hmm.
And all of that. So that's been really fun to see as from a daughter perspective / boss perspective of oh, cool. What a great gig.
Yeah. I can run payroll from Rome.
Yeah. Things can still keep ticking along. And so that's just been, really fun to see. Okay. What's one more question?
I think too, when you're talking about employees, you and I together, we'll usually discuss
mm-hmm.
employees as far as is it time for a raise?
Mm-hmm.
What can we do differently for our employees to make them feel valued? And I think it's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my best days.
Yeah.
When we come together and we have...
What do we get to do?
We have something great to give someone else.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to give someone a raise.
I think that's so fun. Or even if it's just something small, but unexpected. We did something for one of our front desk girls because we knew she'd just kind of taken on an extra heavy burden.
Yeah.
And to be hey, let's do something really special for her, know, and to be able to do that and to be able to bring joy to them, knowing that, they're investing so much of themselves in Fiat. And that's what makes us operate the way that we do. And it's so beautiful to see them work so hard and also to feel valued by by you, by us.
And I think it's funny too, because you are way more aware of those kinds of things than I am. I struggle with sympathy. People will be shocked to hear that, but not those who know me well. And not that I'm unaware of those things, but a lot of times I'm just really busy,
mm-hmm.
And I am so busy, so in and out. In the sense of okay, I'm in the clinic and then I'm running home, kids, all this stuff. So you are the eyes and ears and heart of hey, I think we should do this for this person. Hey, have you thought about this? And I'm oh my gosh, yes, we should do that. Thank God you brought that up, and that's what leads to such a beautiful office culture too, is because you said, people feel valued. And it's for me, it's not that I don't value people, but I struggle to stop and show them and do, take the time to be able to do those little things. So having you as another person who's comfortable and equipped to be able to carry those things out. I also love that too, because we are okay, we're going to do this. And I'm amazing. You get to go carry that out and go do that, and make sure it's taken care of. So it's it's not on my plate, but still we're getting that amazing value for our staff. And I think too, just thinking about having been through this journey, it would have been so lonely, trying to make, I bounce all those ideas off you because I can, but that's been also something that's been really interesting of like being a business owner is like, obviously I have a business partner, Mike, but he's not in the clinic day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's not attuned. He's also a male, like, love you, but not attuned in the same way that a female heart and brain is to what's going on in the office. And so I had never thought about how lonely it would be being a boss because there's just this, it's different, right? It's a different dynamic than being a coworker.
Right.
And so, and I think it can be isolating a lot. And I think that having you here and being able to be a safe place to like, I can talk to you about these things because yes, you're an employee, but you're also my mom and, you know, and taking a role as a manager. And so being able to say like, yeah, what do you think about this has really, I think, been huge and not feeling like, oh gosh, I've got to do this all on my own, you know?
Yeah, it's been so fun to walk with you.
Yeah. Stop. No tears allowed. Okay, well, we're going to wrap this up because we're right at 30 minutes and we're all going to start crying here if we talk much longer.
True.
But it's been a real joy and I'm so, so grateful for you. Love you so much.
I love you so much. We're so humbled. Humbled by what you do.
Oh, thank you. We're really blessed. Okay, well, hopefully you can join us next time we're on. Don't know what we'll be talking about, but there probably won't be tears involved like this time.
Beautiful tears.
Beautiful tears. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. To learn more, you can visit our website at fiathealth.org. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review. This helps make the podcast easier to find. Lastly, if you'd like to reach out, ask a question, or suggest a topic for a future show, send us an email at media@fiathealth.org. God bless.